And off center.
A world built on fantasy.
Most of these people are not ready to be unplugged.
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented.
Existence could be beautiful or it could be ugly. But that's on you.
You want to build something.
You're going to build something.
Just need to build on it now.
I mean, look at all these people. They're free because of us. Because of what we did in this room.
G microchains, and welcome to the Buildathon developer workshop. This is Elle. She's hanging out. She's super curious about what's going on today. We got James in the house. What's up, James?
Hey.
Do you want to get your cat in this live stream as well?
She's not feeling curious today.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, the one time.
Okay, we were gonna do a pet special of the developer hour, but we'll only make it half. Anyway, today we are talking about wave 5 of the Buildathon, which just ended on Sunday. After our judging period. So we're going to go through the results with you, and James is going to share any insights that you have from this 5th round of judging. And of course, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat, and we can throw them up on screen and James can answer them. And this should be a half-hour call, and then we should be in and out. So that's what we're looking at right now. All right, so let's quick talk about what happened in wave 5. High-level numbers. There were 76 submissions, which was a lot. It's very significant. Actually, 48 of those didn't submit in wave 4. That blew my mind. How many people, I guess, have been waiting in the wings before.
Some kind of a threshold, right? So where people have either been building in the background and just got to where they feel like it's ready, or maybe the rewards got high enough. And
that was the other thought, right? Maybe the rewards.
It's just interesting to see that sudden cliff. Yeah,
huge increase in submissions in wave 5. Also, our largest number of winners to date from any of the other rounds, other waves. Why do you think that is, James?
I think mostly people have just been getting used to the format. People know now how to use the template. People have started meeting the minimum requirements more. We've got more actual Linera integration. Yeah, the level of quality projects has definitely gone up.
Yeah,
I think people have been learning from other people as well.
Yep,
a lot.
I think all of that is true, right? And again, one of the reasons that I really like this kind of build-a-thon wave approach as opposed to just a single hackathon, because it takes time to learn a new system, and even for our judging process, I think has gotten better as we've gone on.
Definitely iterated.
Yeah. I think, and then you look at the rest of these numbers here, about 31, which was about 41%, were kind of in the yellow category, and 23, about 30% in the red category. Also our highest number of red category, but I think that's also just because there were so many new submissions, right?
Sure, yeah.
So that's kind of what happened there. All right, let's keep going. Top project this round was Linera Arcade Hub. James, have you had a chance to review this project yet? I'm not sure if you have been a judge on this project.
I wasn't the judge on this one. I think I might have reviewed it a couple of rounds ago.
You reviewed it in wave 4. Yeah, in wave 4.
Yeah.
So you are familiar with the project, even if this round you weren't.
I've played with it.
Yeah. So this is created by Devmo, one of the builders in the community, Devmo. And yeah, what can you say about it? What do you think made? I mean, since you're familiar with it, I mean, obviously you didn't judge this period, but like, what can you say about this project?
So Linera Arcade Hub it's a bit of a weird one because it's not really a project. So we've got a lot of projects that are like a game, right? So you've got Blackjack, which is great, or like there are different. There's a little Enigma style ball game and so on and so forth. But the Linera Arcade is actually an amalgamation of a huge number of these. I think it's like, I say huge, it's like 5 or 6 games. I forget the total number. But there are a whole bunch of different games to choose from. And then it's trying to build, I think this is still relatively, this is the, I thought this was you doing it. This is the demo video, isn't it?
Well, yeah, this is just the demo video. I pressed play and turned off the sound. Even though my name's used right there.
Yeah. So they're trying to build basically a little arcade style microeconomy, I guess, where where you go into an arcade and you have a bunch of that's more than 6 games, isn't it? Like 9 or something. You go into an arcade and you get like a little token economy, right? You go and you buy some tokens and then use them to play different games, and you can win more tokens back.
Cool.
And they've got this really, really nice little kind of game economy going on that really mimics that feeling. At least for me, really mimics that feeling of like walking into a real arcade and getting your tokens. That's going to get a bit more sophisticated in the next one, I think. So currently, the Linera integration is relatively small. Like it's got on-chain leaderboards for each of the games, and there is a token, but you can't do a huge amount with the token yet. And my understanding is that the next wave they're planning to add a lot more interesting things to do with the tokens, on betting them and predicting things.
Cool.
So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Do you know if each leaderboard for each of the various different games is its own microchain? Like, are they taking advantage of
not currently, as far as I know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
currently
it's the one contract. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. But the kind of thing that if this were to scale out and have millions of players, you probably would want to have many different microchains, or one specifically for each of the games.
I assume where this is kind of theoretically going is that you have like it's almost an on-chain kind of was it not Newgrounds? What was the Flash games websites we used to get back in the day, right? Wherever they're kind of user submitted, I think, and everyone can play their games.
Even chess. Look at that.
Even chess.
I've never gone to an arcade to play chess, but I'm into it. I'm ready to go. Very cool. Well, congratulations to Devmo for getting the top spot for this week, or this round, and earning the most money. Cool. We'll keep going. So this is kind of hard to read because we have 22 winners, but these are the 22 different winners. Linera Arcade Hub. I'll read over the first few. So Linera Arcade Hub was the top spot. Linera Flow was the second spot, which also I think
really good now.
Sorry, say again.
Linera Flow is getting really good. I was really impressed with that. This
Please tell us about it. Yeah, tell us about that. Tell us about Linera Flow.
This was one of the oldest applications of blockchain, I think, was this idea that you can use it to credit artists for their work and reward them for their work. And that's exactly what Linera Flow is doing. So not a new idea, but the implementation of it has been just getting steadily more and more polished. They've got this really beautiful UI that I love. They've got artist subscriptions now. So you've got your account that's connected to your wallet. Then you can subscribe to artists and you can see when they publish new stuff. You can donate to artists, and the donations are public, and they come with a little, comment where you can say, theoretically, good work, keep it up. But knowing the internet, probably, something less less publishable. But yeah,
Very cool.
It's not a new idea, but it's just super well done.
And it
Really love
uses microchains to do it.
It does.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Other projects that kind of were in top spots. We had PulseBet that actually also got 10 points.
I didn't look at this one. This was a new contender, I think.
PulseBet, it was.
Yeah.
So let me share this screen. PulseBet, this is the first time it got submitted. It did not submit in any previous wave, and it got 10 points, between two different judges. So I think Matthew gave it an extra point. I think it's a prediction market, right? Or so they call it a decentralized gaming system. But I think part of that is related to, well, maybe it's just gaming. I don't know. I thought it was prediction market.
Yeah, there are some games. If you scroll down, it talks about different games you can play.
Got it. This is the video. So this is one of the games you can play. Well, that's fantastic. Again, to be a first-time submitter and immediately kind of go into one of the top spots.
I'm not seeing the video, Danny. I don't know if you.
Oh, I'm sorry. And thank you very much. Yeah, so there's like a Wordle game here that I saw. Like a Wordle is one of the games.
Yeah.
That's in there, and I'm sure a bunch of other ones. And then you can like bid or things like that.
Similar vibes to Arcade Hub, then, right?
I think so, but maybe with a little prediction market built on top.
Yeah.
Right. So here's a bingo game. Very cool. So, okay, L is out of here. Bye, L. All right. So that was another one of the top contenders in this round. We also had Blackjack, which has been Blackjack on microchains has been in the one of the top spots kind of throughout.
Kind of a trendsetter, right? Blackjack on microchains. So the Arcade Hub and PulseBet. Blackjack on microchains was the original on-chain game.
Yes.
Yes. The one that focuses really heavily on the front end. And the dead keys as well, of course. That kind
and
of
then also
the trail, I guess.
Alethea Network was in one of the top spots. And it's also been submitted, I think, every single wave. Kind of hovering between green and yellow, depending on the wave. But I think this is the top vote getting. It got more votes this time than any previous time. So,
should be.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to all the Wave 5 winners and everybody who's continued to improve on their project. Okay, this Wave 6 is now underway, the build phase, and we have extended it. So instead of just 10 days, you have 14 days. February 2nd is the deadline. There was a little confusion about that because we did extend it. But yeah, final wave, most funds available, the largest allocation, 13,000 USD to be divided up the winners. Also, there's a bonus that's of 2,000 that's gonna be shared among some of the teams that have submitted quality projects throughout the 6 waves. It kind of wraps up.
Is that for people who've submitted to every wave, right? Projects that have been submitted to every wave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Among all the teams that have built through the final wave, we'll have to take a look at, there has to be like some legitimate effort and improvement across all the waves, right? Like, because we want to make sure that is that there's an effort component that is also rewarded in that bonus pool, and not just hey, I pressed submit.
I'm also here.
Just going back a second, what is this buildathon about? Prediction markets, games, and market infrastructure. We have seen submissions across all of these. I think that we've probably seen the most amount of games. Maybe it's just the lowest hanging fruit. But we also have seen some really great prediction markets as well come in.
We had some market infrastructure ones at the start, and I think that they've kind of fallen out a bit.
Okay.
Which is a shame.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of the high level update on the Buildathon. If there are any questions, feel free to drop it into the chat. James, let's actually talk about this one more time since we're now kind of in the 6th wave. So how do you get into that top spot, right? How do you get into the green categorization and and hopefully earn some funds in this final wave?
So we have a few different categories for judging. So when we judge based on 1 to 10 of, I think it's 5 categories. Let me quickly pull up the list so I don't forget one.
Sure.
And they're judged on things like
Here, I think I can share here, for example.
Oh yeah, perfect. That would be great. Yeah. Yes. Here we go. Yeah. So there are different points, right? It probably makes sense to go through them. So essentially, we have the working demo and functionality category is how well does your project work? Like how much stuff does it do? And how well does that functionality actually work? Is it glitchy? Is it smooth? Does it work fast? Does it work well? This kind of thing. We've got the Linera tech stack integration category, which has been controversial recently, but that's basically around how integral Linera is to what you're doing. So this is about how many Linera features you're using. It's about how much your project depends on the Linera features as well. If you produce something that could only be done with Linera technology, you'll tend to get maximum points on this category. Whereas if you produce something that only uses Linera a little bit, maybe you just store some data on the blockchain or something, you'll get lower points in this category. We've got a whole category of creativity and user experience. So this is often front-end design, but it can also be even if it's not necessarily a novel problem, maybe there's a novel user interface or approach that you present to users for it, something that's very nice to use or very easy to use, or just looks really good is also a thing that we do sometimes. We have real use case and scalability, which is, do we think this could become a product, basically? Is this, when we launch Linera mainnet, is this something that we could be running as a real product that people are going to be making money off of? And then there's vision and roadmap, which is about regardless of what, well, not regardless of, but like on top of what's currently there, does this project have a plan to grow more in the future? Is there a realistic kind of growth trajectory for it? So when we started the waves, we weighted the more kind of fluffy things higher, right? So we focused more on vision and roadmap. We focused more on use case and user experience. And by this point of the wave, we really hope that these things are kind of nailed down. So we're focusing less on these now, and we're focusing more on the kind of technical complexity and how well is it actually implemented. Ooh, I think we've lost Danny. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, no,
I just let me see what you guys say.
Yeah, so we're focusing more on the kind of technical implementation now, with the assumption that the other categories have already been kind of mined out, right? Because they're the earliest ones that you kind of want to get settled before you start building usually. That said, all the categories still, I don't think we have any project that is a consistently high scorer in all categories, right? Everyone's focusing on something. And that's great that we have specialization. We've got some extremely technically complex projects. JLKK probably takes the shout out there. We've got some extremely well-designed projects, like Linera Flow, which is, again, maybe like it's not the most technically complex project, but it is just super well done. It has a really nice user experience. It has a really nice user interface. Yeah, and all kinds of things in between. It's really, yeah. I think the question to ask is, what do you think is most important to your project, right? It's important to focus on your strengths. If this is a project that lives or dies based on its user experience, you probably want to put more effort into the user experience. If this is, some back-end market infrastructure, it might not even have a user interface, and that's totally fine. You do some complex market economic stuff, or you do some complex Linera integration. You can definitely get points that way as well.
In addition to everything you just said, talk about just the minimum requirements to.
And then we have our minimum requirements. So if you don't meet the minimum requirements, you will not get any points. It doesn't matter how great your app is. Frankly, the minimum requirements we've chosen basically because it allows us to assess the project better, right? And if you don't meet the minimum requirements, it really means that we can't assess your project in the first place. Yes, indeed. So we have, in order to even be considered 4 points, you must first of all have a working Linera contract. This means actual Rust code that really implements a Linera contract that compiles and is deployed onto some kind of Linera network, right? As well as if you have other application, they must be integrated with a Linera contract. Certainly in some of the earlier rounds, we had some submissions where they had a real contract and then they had a real front end, and the two did not talk to each other at all, right? The front end just had some in-memory data, or it was using a database, and the contract was completely superfluous to the observed functionality of the app. That is not accepted at this stage. We need in order to be able to assess it, we also need to be able to run your application, right? And there are two different ways that we accept this. One is if you want to post a live demo, you can link a live demo URL, and that should be using ideally the Linera web client library. We also have decided that we will assess projects using JaoKK's Checo wallet and also Niraj's Croissant. Those are both acceptable, but it's easiest for us if you use the web client library. So if you can, please do. Alternatively, if for some reason you can't build a live front end, or you don't want to run against Conway, which is also an option if you want to use, say, features from the latest and greatest of the main branch of Linera protocol, you can, or you need to run additional services is also an option. You can use the Dockerized application template. If you do this, there's a Docker Compose template that you can fill in, and we will run Docker Compose up, and then we will try to interact with your application on a specific port. If you do this, your application must compile, it must run, we must be able to access it. We won't spend time trying to fix broken compilation. The dependencies in the Docker image, etc., must be correct. Everything has to work out of the box, or it will unfortunately be rejected out of hand, because again, we have like 80 submissions to get through and we don't have time. It feels a bit unfair sometimes when someone's put together a really good project, but it doesn't quite compile because they've done a dependency slightly wrong or something. But we just don't have the time to go through them and fix the broken ones. Yeah.
Great. I mean, and that's basically it. I would say make sure to get feedback from other builders on Discord before submitting, to make sure that everything works, right? Like, it's been incredible to see the support from Hastu and Kvos and like a bunch of people, ZaoKK, of course, like who are there offering to help other builders and kind of test their projects to see if it works. But the way you do that is you get the developer role by going to Guild, you unlock the dev chat channel on Discord, and then you engage in conversation, right? The other builders will help. And then, of course, our engineering team is also there in Discord to answer things as it comes up.
Yeah.
All right. Any final words before we sign off today? James, this is probably
Thanks
the
for
last.
sticking with us this far. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the big
Good
one now.
luck.
This is the last one.
Good luck to everybody in Wave 6, the final wave of the Buildathon. And thank you guys for being with us this entire time.
Thanks very much, everyone.
All right.
Cheers.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
I mean, everything is just too slow, and we need to adapt.
And that's kind of ridiculous, right? We live in a real-time world.
And I think that's the way that we need to move now.